I'm here today with Tony Martinez, who's the Director of Health and Safety for a San Francisco Bay Area construction company, and he is an authorized E-Verifier. Tony, why don't you tell us what E-Verify is to begin with?
E-Verify is a system that has been put together by the Department of Homeland Security, and what the system does is check the eligibility for anybody coming into a company, check their eligibility to work.
Work eligibility. So if they're American citizens or if they're legal immigrants with a green card, you verify that with the federal government?
Yes, we verify everyone coming in that has been hired in our company.
Now, your company uses union labor mostly. Doesn't the unions verify these workers, or do you have to verify them once they're referred to you?
No, we're signatory to several of the local unions in the Bay Area. However, unions in this country have no obligation to verify the workers. They're under the auspice of training. So when people come into the unions, that's how they're brought into the unions. It's a training facility.
So there's no guarantee if the union refers you a carpenter or some sort of laborer or anything, there's no guarantee that that person actually has the right to work in this country.
That's correct. In fact, I have to specifically request an American, a worker that's eligible to work in the United States when I submit a paperwork to a union to request a worker on one of my jobs.
How do the unions respond to that? Do they resent it? Is it extra work for them?
No, they know that they're not required to check the eligibility of their members, and they know that the burden of policing is put on the contractor. So they heed the warning, and they attempt to give me workers that are eligible to work in the United States. That's not a guarantee.
Now, E-Verify isn't retroactive. You can't go back and check the people that work for you now. It's only the new hires that you're allowed under law to check. Is that right?
Yeah, all new hires from the date that our company has signed up to become an E-Verifier. Everybody before that date that has an I-9 on form, we cannot go back and E-Verify those employees. Only new hires can be E-Verified.
Lately we've heard that there's 100,000 businesses in America that are using E-Verify, yet those who oppose E-Verify are claiming that it's burdensome to the employer. Do you find it burdensome at all?
No, not at all. At first, when we were thinking about joining the E-Verify system, that was one of the questions that we had. However, that is so far from the truth. E-Verify is it takes no more than, let's say, less than a minute per applicant to verify. Absolutely, just it's very easy to use, simple. The tutorial is easy to get through. It's just a well thought out program.
We hear a lot that there's a lot of errors in this database. Have you found that to be true with the people that you have screened? Does it turn up problems where you can actually show that if the database has been in error and there isn't some other problem?
I've had a couple of errors in our company. However, those errors were my fault for not inputting the data correctly. And what you do in that instance is you just cancel that query and you do it again. But other than that, the database has been virtually 100% accurate.
So you have found no problems with the database. Now, the previous Secretary of Homeland Security, Michael Chertoff, claimed that it had 99.5% accuracy and that most inquiries are answered within 6 seconds. Has that been your experience?
6 seconds is long. My inquiries have even been less than that. Of course, that all depends on bandwidth. You know, if you use a standard, 24K modem, it might take a little longer. But if you have high bandwidth, a good internet connection, it's extremely quick.
Do you have any particular complaints about E-Verify or anything, that you could offer as a suggestion to make it better, or does it work good enough for you, the first place that a new employee comes to, does it work good enough for you to verify that you're actually hiring an American worker, meaning either an American citizen or a legal immigrant with a work visa?
What we have to do in this company is we have to comply with federal law. And federal law mandates that we hire only people that are eligible to work in the United States. This is the tool that helps us comply with federal law. When the documents match, that's as close as we can get. That's as close as we can get to ensure that that individual is eligible to work in the United States.